Hey y'all. I'm gonna wait for y'all to trickle in. Come through, come through. We have our first ZATIMA live. Hello. Hey family. How are y'all feeling? We just had a massive double whammy, okay, for mid-season finale. Give me one word of how you're feeling. Drop it in the comments. We have our amazing cast hopping on with us momentarily. I'm very excited about that because we have a lot to discuss. There is always a lot to discuss. Oh, wait, can y'all hear? You can't hear? It might just be me. Ooh, now you're asking questions that you have to wait for the answers to, okay? And you know this. Oh, hey y'all. Yes, it's the energy for me. We are excited. It's mid-season finale day. Oh, yes, tap in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm about to go ahead and try to check and see if our first guests are ready. Okay, okay. Also, I did compile some of the questions, but what I am going to request is if you still have some you want to ask as we're, having our conversations, please go ahead and use the questions prompt. Send them in. If you haven't watched it yet, you know you're going to get spoilers on this call. I am sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh, NC! Hey, fam. Okay, let me see if we can get our first. Let's see if they can come. Oh, okay, Trini. I see y'all. Chicago, Dallas, another NC. Hey!
Hey, what's up?
What's
Wow, how
going
y'all
on?
feeling? Congrats.
Feeling feeling good. Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Been great.
Feeling amazing,
No doubt about
it.
it. You look
So,
amazing. By the way,
oh,
you look amazing.
thank you
You
so much.
wasn't playing.
Absolutely.
She was not playing. She came for real. She came for
Just
play.
we got to step correctly stepping for the team of family,
Love it.
okay?
Love it.
So again, congratulations to y'all with this huge mid-season finale. I mean, left the jaws on the floor. Consider me gagged, shocked, shook, pressed, all of the above. I want to know from y'all, what is one word for how you feel about how that just concluded?
Uh, I'm relieved. I'm relieved. I'm
Mm-hmm.
relieved.
Okay.
And I say that because the fans have been asking for this show, begging for this show, and now they got 10 doses, and I'm relieved. I'm happy that they're happy.
I love that.
I'd say I'm excited. I'm excited for people to see what we have planned for 3B.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for people to see all the hard work that we put in. Brother Ameer went ham this season, per usual, played no games. I think the entire cast and crew did such a great job. So
Absolutely.
really excited.
Absolutely. And I have to swivel on that and take it back. Amir, when I was grabbing some things, I have to read to you what one person said because this was so sweet. They said, if season 3, episode 10 was your final episode of ZATIMA on BET, I just want to congratulate you on a fantastic job in the role of Jeremiah. You are incredible king.
Wow, that's big time. That's
Mm-hmm.
big time in there from the fans. Absolutely.
Well
And
deserved.
listen, so I tell you this here. I take that, I embrace that, and I have to give that out as well because you can't do it without an amazing cast. You need a great cast of people to bring the best out of you. So I thank God for my cast members.
Absolutely. The entire cast is getting their tens because everybody ate. Okay. This was not, none of y'all are to be played with. There's a question for you. Yeah.
Guyviaud. She was like, I do
Yes.
not want to mess
That
this
name.
up.
I had to think real quick, but then I said it.
You did, I heard you. I appreciate that.
I had to reach in there. But someone said, did you do your own stunts? The flip was.
Chef's kiss. Yes,
I
yes.
think you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
The flip was going crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was I mean, we really, I mean, all the stunt stuff that we did in the first half that you see, Zach when he finds Jeremiah in the projects and goes ham on him. I mean, we really, I think the entire team, we did a phenomenal job. And I was really proud of what we did. That was a dope
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Well, I want to inject this. I told DeVal, I said, DeVal, listen, you're not gonna be throwing me around. We used to stunt guy. You punching me, you can't knock these teeth out, right?
Ameer was
DeVal
playing
is
no
really good
games.
with it.
He was
No,
like, no,
no,
I'll
no, no.
take the stunt
That's
guy.
yeah, I can't do it.
That's where you draw the line.
Pay
What
Hilarious.
was it
somebody.
like for y'all to shoot that scene? Because I mean, we're still stuck there. Clearly, like this was a huge moment. Everybody had such a notable moment in it. So,
Yeah.
what was it like for y'all to film it?
Well, well, I'll go first. Well, it was very cold first and foremost. It was very, very cold outside. I'm not used to that cold climate. I live here in New Orleans. It was cold, but it was rather quick. It was intense as well. It was intense as well. DeVal was really intense. I saw his blood boiling. I didn't want any part of that, and we did a great job. Everybody just worked together, and yeah, we pulled it off. We were able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I love the fact that we were all able to do that, in the projects and even and also at Belinda's house. The fact that all these characters, the ensemble was able to come together for those moments. It was pretty exciting. I mean, that scene when DeVal ran up in Belinda's house. I mean, he was
Everything.
upset. Like, a director yelled cut, and he needed 5 minutes to go and calm down. Like he was.
Yeah,
So I really like the fact that we got to do that together and choreograph it as an ensemble. It was really dope.
it came out amazing. I
Thank you.
mean, we had you crawling on the floor, Angela running around the room. It was just
Angela didn't know where to go. She was
said.
That was really good.
that was
I
great.
watched everybody's facial expression. Everybody was in that moment. Belinda did a fantastic job.
Amazing.
She was in the moment, and everybody was in the moment. I would just watch because I watch a lot, right? When I do watch, I watch, and I'm looking for people's response. The responses were organic.
Hmm.
Yeah, very that. And with you and the scene with Jeremiah, it was such a vulnerable scene, but I know that you tap into your past when you're playing Jeremiah on screen. So can you kind of walk us through what this journey has been like for you and how you channel that to bring this full circle moment and bring this character to life for such an important storyline?
Yeah, well, I think every great actor, when you see a great actor, that actor is pulling from a place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a place that lives within that character. So Jeremiah, I actually walk in the shoes of Jeremiah. I'm a former drug addict. I got on cocaine when I was 13, used heroin at 14, 15. My dad was a heroin user. We used heroin together. We sold drugs together. So I was very familiar with this character to the point where it was my dad and I opposed to my mother and I on the show. So I really was able to tap into that. And so having that in my toolbox, uh, with a multitude of other characters, I was able to draw from that. I was able to draw from that. I was able to pull from that and develop this guy. Like, for instance, like my hair, right? I, my creative process was I was born and raised around drug dealers. I saw drug dealers with their hair just abandoned. They abandoned their hair. So I'm like, I want that look. The lips. I walk I walked the costume people through this whole process, and we worked together. I'm like, listen, I want my hair like this. I don't want to look good. I want to look. I want to look abandoned. I don't. I think I'm a handsome guy. I modeled, so of course I got a little handsome. But I wanted to. I wanted to be like the guys that I see often when I go around the projects.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just tapped in. I tapped in, and I wanted to give the audience something that they never saw from a Tyler Perry project. And from the looks of it and from what I read, I was able to pull it
I'm,
off.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. Ameer was in character from the minute he stepped on the studio lot every day until the minute we leave. When we broke for lunch, he would not accept food from the PAs because there's PAs that'll come and bring us the lunch because it saves us time from having to go and grab lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would not accept food from the PAs. And one day I realized like he hadn't eaten. I had to approach him as if he was a homeless man and offer him food in order for him to finally take it. And he was laying in the grass, refusing to take a seat from anyone. So when Ameer goes in, he is fully committed to every scene, every character, every role he plays. So he deserves all the kudos that he's getting for killing it this year.
It's the flowers for me. Y'all better. Y'all always give each other your flowers, and that is so beautiful to see. I think that like resonates so much with everybody who's so in love with this cast and this show. It's just that feeling of family and unity that y'all share and showcase. So I just want to, shout y'all out for that. I think that's a really beautiful thing for y'all to have.
And if I can dovetail into that, I think it's important because when you look at television shows 10, 15, 20 years later, they interview everybody and this one didn't like that one didn't like this one. I don't want to have that type of stuff in my heart, right? I am a giver. I think it's like, just give love, man. Just give respect and honor to where honor and respect is due. So it's very important. And to add one other thing is that, I work with Kathy Bates, Jessica Lange, and I was able to work with those people for 6 weeks on a TV show. I learned so much from watching those actresses. These people are I work with Academy Award winners, and I was able to watch them. I was able to ask questions. And so I have that in my toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to do that, to have, to work with these big time, be fortunate enough to I work with Forrest Whitaker. Talented people. I watch these people. These people are really, really gifted, but there's an art that goes into this. There's a seriousness that they have. You can't talk to these people on set because they're paid to do a job. I felt as though these people are paying me to do a job. They didn't pay me to like anybody. They paid me to do a job. And that's what I did. I didn't like Zach. I didn't like Fatima. I found things. I was telling a girl today, I found things not to like about Fatima. I found, now she's a sweet girl,
I'm
sweet
gonna
lady.
say this. I'm gonna say this. After the first season, Ameer was there. Ameer purposely could not look her in the eye because if he looked at her in the eye, he was like, he was gonna get weak. He was gonna be like, "Oh, she's so sweet." He was, "I can't look at her. I can't look at her."
He got to become the character through and through.
Yeah.
First 2 seasons, he would not look at
She's
Crystal
sweet.
because
Crystal
she's
is
too
so
kind.
nice.
She's too sweet.
Yeah.
She's
She's
too
very
welcoming.
kind.
It was just hilarious. And the whole time, I'm sure Crystal was thinking, "Why don't Ameer want to talk to me?" He like, "God damn it, I can't look at you in the face."
But safe to say by now, we've moved past this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No doubt
Absolutely.
about it. I mean,
Absolutely.
listen, the scenes that Crystal is a mother by nature. She has a
Mm-hmm.
mother spirit. That woman can talk to you and break you down. She does that for Jeremiah. She actually breaks Jeremiah down. She breaks my brother down. So she has the natural proclivity to do that. And so I love working with her. I love doing scenes with her.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
She is really good. I love doing scenes with her.
I love that. It's the full on method acting though for me. Like it's beyond
Complete.
that. Really.
Yeah.
Complete.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question, another fan question for Guyviaud. See how
Yeah.
I have that there? See.
I rock with you. I'm rocking with you.
So somebody said, will we see more of Tony's life?
Ooh,
Yes, we will.
ooh,
I'm excited for people to
crazy,
see what
crazy,
unfolds.
crazy.
Second, 3B. It's gonna
Different
be
Tony,
it's
Tony
gonna be
Montana,
good. I'm excited.
Tony Montana,
Can we get
Tony
like a one word hint? I mean, I know you can't give us too much, but just like a little something to.
I could say conflicted, internal conflict. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna give. Don't get me fired.
Okay,
Okay.
absolutely.
Tyler,
Never
don't
that.
play.
Never that.
Okay.
I would never. So, do you feel like? Also, Danielle has been in the comments saying she loves y'all. I don't know if you've been able to see it.
We love Danielle and
LaRose,
Nzinga,
my girl,
Crystal,
and Nzinga.
Cameron, Remington.
Yes.
Oh,
We
What's her
literally
name?
love
Jasmine.
each other.
Jasmine too. Jasmine is a
Jazzy,
beast. Jasmine, she's a beast.
oh my
She's a
God.
beast.
she's a beast.
She's
Listen, this was the perfect cast television show. Perfectly
Mm-hmm.
cast. Perfectly cast.
yeah.
Cam, go to the corner, Cam. Go stand in the corner. Face the corner. Thank you.
Not gonna stand in the corner. Think about what you've done.
Think about what you did. Get back to me in 10 minutes. Thank you, Cam.
Oh yeah. Cam is so talented. He and Belinda, they work so well together. Cam is a talented actor. Very comedic. His timing is, him and Danielle timing is popping. They're dope.
I love that. Come on, cast. Okay, I have a question for you
Okay.
both. So, who do you really think was wrong in the end? Do you think it's Nate for telling Zach? Do you think it's Fatima for not telling Zach? Do you think it's Zach for pulling up on his brother?
So I'll say this. I think Zach has grown a lot, since we first seen him. And with certain people, when something is close to your heart, it's easy to get to, kind of reverse back into the person that you were. So it was gonna be something difficult to begin with. I think I was not happy with the choice that Tony made personally of not telling Zach. If that was my brother, my boy, I would have said something. But however, I also feel like it was Fatima's place to speak that, to discuss that and have that conversation with her because it happened to Fatima. I'm hearing it by third party. I'm hearing it through Jeremiah at the barbershop. Tony is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, as it being hearsay, it's difficult for a friend to go and say, hey, I heard this, but that's what I would do as a friend.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I just wished I wish that Fatima would have had the opportunity to really talk to Zach, but things happen that throw things off, and we think we're doing what's best. But yeah, I would say that I just wish Fatima had the chance to tell Zach prior to him finding out the way he did. But would he have
Aligns
still
with you.
acted a fool? Maybe.
I feel like this answer aligns with your character so much as well. Like, honestly, because Tony as a character is always the one that's able to go to Zach in these
The reasons.
serious moments, for these heart to
Yeah.
heart, these vulnerable moments. And I feel like, how you just answered that is that same type of like level headed nature that he displays. So that's kind of cool just to hear how you answered that and then see it play out on screen. So,
I love it. I'll take it.
what do you think?
I have ambivalent feelings about it because the thing is I see it from both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody touched my girl, I want to know. But at the same time, Fatima knows that Zach has a temper, right? And that temper can cause him to do or make some poor choices, and that he did make a poor choice. And so, you know, I saw her struggling. I saw her struggling with that, with whether or not she wanted to tell. And I like that, right? Uh, I can't call that one. I really can't. Really, I
And
cannot call that one. I don't know what I would do in that situation because if that was my brother and he was making that choice, I don't think I would tell him. But then again, I would want to tell him. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I really don't. I really don't.
I have to go look up what ambivalent mean.
Mixed
Okay.
and conflicting,
I,
conflicting
I know,
feelings.
I know. I'm
Okay, messing
messing
with.
with you. Come on,
Hey,
man.
Go on
listen.
the dictionary.
Hey, listen. So listen. So here's the deal. I've been to prison, right? So I was in prison for a while. So I studied the dictionary, and the words they just pop out. When you're reading, I'm an avid reader, and I come across words, and they just
I
spew
love
out, right?
it. I love it. I love it.
Honestly.
Give me another
If you
one.
don't know, you need to, I don't know, write the word down and look it up. I don't know.
We're gonna need to do a little word of the day with you.
Yeah, word of the day.
Ameer's word of
Yeah.
the day.
What is it today? Was that the word today?
No, let's use this word here. Abash.
A
I was not at all.
bash.
I was
Jesus
not at
Christ.
all
My
abashed
brain
by my
hurt.
heroin addiction.
Okay.
Bash.
I
Wow.
love
Embarrassed.
it.
Oh,
Love
A
it. But
bash.
anyway,
what was
let's
that?
go.
Okay, so I definitely want to ask y'all, what is your favorite cast BTS moment that you've had? So something we don't really get to see, but a moment that you loved while working on this season.
Oh,
I'll go while you
okay.
think yours up. I would say after we wrapped, like usually during the week, we don't have that much time before we have to get back up after we wrapped and for the next day. But over the weekends, we would all get together and we'll run lines and we'll all be together at the historic district in one of the homes on the studio lot. And just those moments of us being able to laugh, share, joke, work off each other. That for me are the moments that like are truly special because that's how we've grown. That's how we grew the bond that we now have, where we all are involved in each other's lives and share memories and experiences with each other.
That's so.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would add this though, right? This was the highlight of this was like a pivotal moment. I had just wrapped on the first season, and I was we had wrapped, and I was walking to the restroom, and as I was coming back to the restroom, Tyler walked up to me and said, "Hey, Ameer, listen, you did a great job. I'm having you back for season 2." I said, "Man, I was high as a kite. I'm like, I did it. I nailed it." You know what I mean? That was a big moment for me. You know, because listen, man, you know, I didn't know I could have been in and out of this place. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like Guyviaud is like one of the leads. You know, so he's a lead. I wasn't a lead.
I wasn't
You
a
know, I
lead
just
the first season, Amir. I wasn't a lead until the second
Look
season.
at y'all.
First
Look at y'all
season.
now.
First
wow.
season, I was actually, you know, I don't want to take too much time. I know some other people are jumping in, but we weren't really. This was kind of our trial. It was a trial by fire the first season. So a
Okay.
lot of us were just like not sure, you know, on how long we would be there, if our
Right.
characters would be there for a
Yeah,
season or
we didn't
two.
know. I didn't know.
And
I didn't know at all.
and after that first season, I feel like, you know, the ensemble showed out, and we were able to kind of like extend our life within this world. So yeah.
Yeah, much love to TP. Much love to TP. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate the casting. Courtney, the director. What's the other director's name?
We had 3
We
directors.
had 3 directors.
Kyle.
All those brothers. Thank everybody, man. Much love, much love. You know, you gotta. I just gotta do that. I don't know why I do that, but I just do that because I'm appreciative. It's important to me. I've been working my butt off. This has been a dream for mine.
Matt
While
Alves.
even in
Thank
the
you,
prison
Danielle.
cell.
Love you.
Yeah,
And
man.
Matt Alves.
You
Matt
know?
Alves, Kyle,
Absolutely.
and Courtney.
Yes. Also, Remington is also in the chat, y'all. The whole
Remington?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
Rem.
God.
Rem is family.
I am about to swap it over to do our next guest, but any last things y'all want to say to the fans? I mean, definitely stay in the chat and you know,
Yeah.
stay.
I'm gonna just say real quick to the fans, we love and appreciate y'all, and also to the crew, everybody from the PAs all the
Yeah.
way up to Mr. Perry.
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
person is committed on this show. The lighting guys, the grips, the camera guys, every single person. The energy is electric every time we get on that set, and we could not do it without every single one of them. So we thank you guys. We thank all the fans, and we love you.
Oh.
Hey,
Period.
he said it all. He said it all. I'm in agreement with what he said. I can't say anymore. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank y'all for joining. This was great. I had a great time. Y'all were very open, receptive, and always good vibes. So we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye, fans.
They're family, damn it.
Please. All right.
All right.
Let's try to get. Uh-oh. Are we about to have you for the next session?
Yeah, no, you got to push me out, right?
No. You just leave the y'all. It's something new with the lives every day. I'm telling you. All right, we are getting our next ones in here. Definitely family. Exactly. Period. I'm about to get a little dry. I'm talking so much, but it's just great times. Who y'all think's coming on next? See if you can guess before they get here. I just sent their invites though, so. Big happy family. Period. Honestly. Cameron. Okay, good guess. In the club, we all fam. I know that's right. Zach and Fatima. Okay, keep the guesses coming in. Ooh, and hello.
What's up?
We got Cam in the building. Look.
And they got that name up. I didn't hear what I was. Hey, Nate. Hey, Cam.
What's up, beautiful?
Hey, Tiara.
Hi. So nice to see y'all. Okay, wait. Is it just my screen or are y'all blurry? Am I blurry to y'all?
Is mine?
Am
Should I
I
jump out
blurry?
and come back in?
Y'all are both blurry. Wait, I'm gonna see what everybody else says because if it's good for them, then we can leave it.
Are we blurry,
Yeah,
y'all?
let us know if we're blurry.
Right. Questions that need answers. Stat.
Somebody said Belinda, hang up. No.
Y'all gonna stop doing her like that.
And Nzinga, am I blurry? She gonna let me know. They said both blurry. Maybe we should hop out and come back in.
let's try to have y'all hop out and then hop back. Oh, hey,
Because I'm on my good
BT.
Wi-Fi. Okay.
Okay, wait. Oh, okay, they're coming back. Tech difficulties. It's always the lives, it's always the lives. The host is not blurry. Oh, not my Wi-Fi working today. Not BET saying they blurry too. Yeah, BET gonna look out. Hey, family. Hey, BET. Hey, Nzinga. Slaying in full HD. Exactly. We do need to see her slaying in full HD. So that's why we had to try it again. Okay. Let's resend the invites and get back to it. I hope y'all have been using thank you, BT. Oh, this is better.
Okay, how's that?
Is it better?
Okay, it just went a little bit blurry again. I'm not gonna lie, but we might have to. And Nzinga said maybe give it a minute, so maybe we just need to give it a minute.
Maybe we've just done so much terrible things, Nate. It just...
Not Carmen coming back.
coming back with a vengeance.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's just jump right into it since the people have so much to say about you two. Belinda first. Now, the first thing that fans want to know is, why is Belinda so messy?
See, that's the misconception. Belinda is not messy. See, at the foundation of it, I have good intentions, right? But I'm in such a place of like desperation, and then now, me and Nate then came together. Now we talking to, that y'all not seeing all the pillow talk that's happening, and the things, the cameras just there when the cameras are there. So, they have been in my house all week. So
Oh my God.
it's a lot of stuff going on, and I definitely feel like I'm on the outs, and it's like I'm just trying to, how you just filled your ice cream cone and you're just trying to scoop it. And Belinda is just trying to get that ice cream that just continuously keeps melting, but maybe I'll get a fresh batch, and get it together. But it's just that domino effect where you do that one thing and then something else keeps happening. And then you just like, and I'm here, we here. I mean, at this point.
Now, you said something that was definitely another question about how Nate is always at the house. I mean, when is Nate going home? When is the last time? Is Nate ever home?
I mean, my home is Nate home if y'all been watching. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Between
right?
Tony and Belinda's, that's where Nate like making shop. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, he's definitely there. And it's so complicated. Now we done got ourselves into a mess. So,
so what I'm hearing is the rent that was stolen could be replaced by Nate since he is a tenant.
At this point, we going 50-50, and that's a whole nother Instagram.
Wait for season. That's season 4. That's season 4.
So let's. The big question needs to be: Do Nate get the rent money? Everybody want to talk about me and talking about, but do Nate get the rent money or not?
Hello.
Stay tuned.
Okay, period. Cameron, we have a question for you because you also be about the mess, okay? And the question is,
yes.
Look, I'm just reading what the fans said.
All right.
They said, now that Jeremiah is dead, does Nate regret telling Zach what happened?
No.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. I back you up. And you shouldn't.
Can we just understand that from the jump, Nate made a very mature, very responsible decision and said, "Hey, we should tell Zach, guys. We should inform Zach what's happening with this situation and leave it up to him, right?" His friends turned against him because they're traitors, and they decided to let Fatima do it. So Nate was like, all right, it's a cool test. Let's see if she's going to, be responsible and communicate to this man in an orderly fashion before, she hits the fan. We can't help it that Jeremiah came and found us in the projects and just started talking.
We was just minding our business.
We was just playing cards. Just, Belinda was going to, I didn't get her no lunch. So she was pissed. So we was just in our own world, minding our business. We didn't know nothing about Fatima, none of that. And he came around blabbing to us, it worried us because at the end of the day, Belinda is still a concerned friend, all right? That is her friend. So she was startled, all right? She was startled, and it got to her. See, y'all don't really know the true Belinda. Y'all just judging her through this window that y'all can't even see through, really. So you got to understand.
And he knows because he's been at the house.
I've been at the house. That's why he brought it
the
for
pillow
you.
talking. We've been engaged in pillow talking. It's the valuable information, valuable intel.
We need the scenes of the pillow talking so that we can understand y'all the way that you need fans.
It's coming. It may be coming.
Now, going back to this, you were talking about Fatima, right? And you were giving your reasons why everything is valid. Heard you, hear it, receive it. Now, what I have to ask is, what really is the beef with Fatima?
I don't think there's really a beef with Fatima. I think it's misconstrued. I think a lot of people really think that there's this, like, I just don't think Nate understands the gravity and magnitude that Fatima has in Zach's orbit. If that makes sense, right?
Okay.
He doesn't. He's slowly putting it together that she is like the sun to Zach, you know, in his universe. That a lot of things revolve around her, and you see that as time goes on, and you kind of develop okay, because even in the hospital when she was like, well, you know, he got Fatima, and he's like, man, Fatima, why we keep talking about her? Why are we still talking about Fatima? And she's like, because he loved her, and we love him, so we gotta love her. And he was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. So it is what it is, you know. So I don't really think. I think it's more of a he comes back into his boy's life where his boy reemerges on the scene with some money, and he just bought a new place. He got a new car.
Yeah.
And when one of our homies, you know, get a little change, you know, oh, we about to have a good time. And so I think Nate had that in the first season. That was in his mind.
For sure.
And then
Zach is just growing up, and they can't handle it, and he needs somebody to be. Nate needs somebody to be a dog with him, roof. You know what I'm saying? And Zach is like slowly getting out of the doghouse, you know. And you look at you know, DeVal's character from Sisters, like it's like exponential growth, right? And so think about it. We hadn't been seeing him and Nate's relationship, but they've been friends this entire time since they were kids. So you know, it's like. It's almost like he sometimes is searching in Zach to like just do something and let me know you're still in there, you know, and like we're still us. And I feel that same way. So I feel like I can relate, and I definitely feel like we connect in that place because I'm like, Fatima ain't got no man. She's a single, independent, you know, like what are you talking about, right? So both of us are experiencing our friends that are growing, right? And that's a whole nother grace to adult friendship.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And kind of in that same vein, like, have y'all dealt with a real life Belinda in your life or a real life Nate in your life? You trying to move next phase?
Never.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had a Nate in my life.
I'd be in jail if I had me or Belinda, you know, penitentiary. I'd be like, you know, locked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have those friends that tell the truth. I feel like that's where I do seriously relate so much to Belinda because I don't mind telling an uncomfortable truth to someone because I love God. I love communicating with his people. And I feel like, you know, when you pray and you say stuff in love and with compassion, you know, because you say something wrong, you can really create relational carnage and damage something more and hurt someone and send them into shame. So me personally, when I'm convicted and I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to tell them this, but I need you to prepare their hearts. I ain't trying to talk to a brick wall. Amen. So that's where I do relate, you know, with Belinda.
I love that. And I feel like that just keeps aligning with something that y'all all consistently get back at, which is have things rooted in love and faith.
Yeah.
And that resonates through the characters that y'all have, even as complex as they are, how much they may or may not, you know, be similar to what you're tackling when you play that role, that part still felt. So, as much as people love to hate on Belinda and Nate, I mean, there's still
love
some
to
love
hate
for
us,
Belinda and Nate.
Yeah. My mama, old church people say, what's from the heart reaches the heart. So I play Belinda from my heart. I play her like a sociopath. Everything is for real. They be like, you really crazy. I'm like, no, I'm for real about this.
I think
so
that's the beauty of it.
Go ahead, actually. Thank you. Back to what you said.
No, I think that playing these characters, it's fun to kind of amp these antagonists up, you know, in a way where it's like, you know, the audience kind of like, when you read the script, like you understand the mission ahead, because it's like, okay, this is what we're trying to get the audience to feel. So I think it's fun in places like when me and Belinda do our scenes. A lot of times Tyler lets us improv our scenes because we have such a very good chemistry with each other. Like whenever we get our sides, I go to her room, she come to my room, and we just kind of really throw the sides out the window. Like, all right, so what would we really be like? What would we be doing right now? Like, what were we doing 15 minutes ago? What were we just doing an hour ago? We watching a movie, and so then we'll kind of go from there.
And we listen to fans too. Like when we get the script, we be like, okay, they wrote this maybe 6 months ago, but we're seeing what's on Twitter, last week. So we're kind of reading this because it's a blessing to be on the fan-based show that we were created because of the love, So we always are considering, because it's fun, it existed before we even did, right? It's why we're here. So it's like we'll say like, well, they were saying this on Twitter, and like, well, we about to say this joke, well, let's do this, and and sometimes they'll make our arguments not come back together at the end of the scene, and we'll be like, let's put a little button at the end, because it's even crazier.
Are iconic, okay? It's the way y'all flip a switch. Like,
thank you. I have so much fun. He's such a great scene partner. Like, we really get to play, and sometimes we have so much fun in the scene. We literally have to ground, ourselves afterwards.
Yeah.
He's so good at that. He'll grab my hands and look at me and be like, okay, because we just are so compassionate, and it's so awesome working with someone who's giving you that same energy.
Because you have all these people looking at you, right? There's like 12 people watching you work.
Yeah.
Like, to be realistic. So me and her, we have to get in our own little world so we can kind of block everybody out and really live in this moment truthfully, right? Like really live in these circumstances, really understand what we're trying to accomplish, and really kind of dive in. And I think that's why the fans always kind of lump us together. It's like, oh, Nate and Belinda, they messy. Whenever they get together, it's something coming, something crazy coming. And I like that. I like that's the anticipation they've now built when they see one of us on the screen.
Yeah,
for sure. There's always an excitement about when y'all two enter the room. Like, ooh, what is about to happen now? So going back to the improv point though, what's a scene that y'all shot this season that we would be surprised to know is improv?
You want to tell them? Tell them.
So the scene where I have on the green jumpsuit with the beer, and and I'm telling him to get out, and at first we're being like sexual and playing. Mr. Perry came in there. Something totally, that's a long scene, so imagine it's like 5-6 pages. He comes in there and he's like, let's do something different. Somebody get her a beer. Like just completely scratched what was on the page. But trusted us, and came in there. And people don't know, that was my first scene shooting after having a baby. I was 3 months postpartum. That was my first time even being out of the house. So the beginning of that scene, I had to kind of, it sounds like so cliche, but like remember who I was, and TP, he fussed at me for a second because I think, I had been at home, I had been mommy, I hadn't been
She had scaled it back. All. Yeah, she brought it back
he
in.
Fussed at me. And he was like, hey, like, come bring it out, like, and it just brought me even to another level as a actor, and just being able to move through all that. But so many of our scenes are improv. That the iconic scene of me leaping on top of Zach and helping him, that none of that was that. My very first scene, I wasn't even supposed to come in the house, right? Zach was just supposed to slam the door in my face, but we were having so much fun that they were like, just Miss Parents like, just come all the way in the house, so it's awesome being able to work with the writer, director, producer, creator, because they can make a change in the moment, and nobody has to get it approved, and nobody has to, right? So we can just change.
He legit threw our scene out the window, because we run this, right? We rehearse the scene a certain way. We kind of find a rhythm to it, front and back. So we come and sit down, and he's like, and what I've noticed is from the last time he's seen us interact, it was very like, he directed it, and it was like, oh wow, they just brought something. So he has an expectation when he like lumps us together. He's like, I trust y'all enough to let y'all just kind of run wild. And so we did it one take, and he was like, that's not the energy I usually give off. Let's do this again. So we just kind of grounded ourselves and remembered who we were, and we just kind of cranked it up. And she's like, give me my beer. I snatched my beer back and snatched it back. But I'm telling you, it gets better though. It gets better. So the Nathan and Belinda scenes they only gonna get better, funnier, more.
That's what we love to hear. That's okay. And you know what? I'm glad you took us there, because before we wrap this, I have to ask y'all both, what are some teasers, just something slight that you can let us know to be excited to look forward to in this next half?
It
can be like vague, that we'll only understand once we see it, but something for us to hold on to.
I would say that you know how they, everybody sometimes gets mad about the mid-season. They're like, mid, drop the 20s now, right? And I will just say, y'all need this break, because if you thought that's, I just said on the last live when Tony, they was asking Tony's character, I said if Tony had hair, he would lose it.
I did.
That's
See you say that.
That's the best thing I can say. So if you thought, part A stressed you out, take your little heart pill for part B. Do the things, get the rest, stay hydrated, because
stay hydrated.
Yeah. And be ready for the twist and the turn. And there's gonna be so unexpected. I mean, I had to read the script over and because I was even like, what?
I would say for character specific for Nate, I would say he drops it all when his homie calls. I'm gonna just say that. He drops it all when his homie calls. Wherever his homie calling from, I don't know.
Okay.
But if his homie calling him in a jam or something, there's a reason why he called this particular person in Nate, dog, to get him
Oh my
out
God.
the jail. So, we're gonna see why.
Oh
we're gonna see
my
why.
God. You
But,
might just
Nate
come
drops it off.
through, right? You might just come through with the
Who knows, man? Who knows, man?
knows?
But you never doubt this guy. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve,
Never
He's
count Nate
the
out, that's for sure.
flyest guy you've never seen with a job, He's putting Tommy from Martin to shame.
Yeah.
What does Nate do? But
Yeah.
always
Why does he always have such fly clothes? I'm just like,
so he got strings and connections.
Okay, period.
with the boosters.
Well protected, well respected. He knows people, okay? I want to thank y'all so much for hopping onto this live. Congrats on this mid-season finale. It was amazing.
Yeah.
This one,
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. Love you guys so much. This is incredible. Love y'all.
Bye,
Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Bye.
Yes. Okay, we got some tea in that. The improv scenes, they ate. Because I love that scene. I rewatched it numerous times. I do see y'all are ready for the next episodes. Stay patient. We have a special announcement coming to you sooner than you think. And when it's time, you will receive it. So we're going to our next guest. I want to say guess who it would be, but you're gonna come through. I am so glad y'all came in contact.
Of course. Oh, I gotta find my phone. There we go.
I was literally just looking at Nzinga, your page. I was like, oh, she loves Halloween. I'm really hoping for is she gonna surprise us? It's y'all two for me.
Thank you. We should have coordinated. I had a Corella DeVille outfit that would have been perfect for this moment.
Yeah, I'm a Dalmatian. I don't know if everyone can tell I'm a Dalmatian. I'm not a cow. I'm a Dalmatian.
I think they knew.
I do think we knew, but I appreciate that disclaimer.
Right.
Very nice of you.
Nzinga, you look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you know who I am?
Who are you? Barbie?
I know who you are.
I was gonna try to do her voice, but I didn't want to get attacked by the beehive. So I'm Beyonce.
He's Beyonce, yeah.
It was gonna be embarrassing. So
right, you better.
Okay, you can sing. You can sing like Beyonce. So
oh yeah, I should. I'll do a sing. I'll sing instead.
Actually, can you hit one line?
No, I'm just kidding.
She is a diva. Okay.
No free shows. No free shows. Hey y'all,
we have to ask. I'm gonna start actually with Remington.
Mm-hmm.
Fans need to know: are you delusional, Bryce?
Oh yeah. No, I think a little bit, maybe a little delusional, but I think anyone in love is delusional, and I think that he just won't give up.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna give up, and I think he also knows that he's made mistakes, so he's not judging Angela, because he knows that he's done a lot of different stuff that he shouldn't have, So he's just trying. I think he's trying to get her back, just trying to be close to her.
So I love that you answered it from this angle, because the second part to this question is actually talking about the scene with Preston and the money.
Mm.
This though is a like overarching question that people have had through the season for Bryce, because Bryce is always in a situation like we gotta get Bryce. We gotta get Bryce. Angela, get Bryce.
That's no longer my responsibility.
Y'all are friends now.
Exactly.
Friends out friends.
Oh, y'all just expect too much from friendship. I got to say,
So
there's only so much I can do.
okay, so do we feel like it's safe to say that Bryce is, still in love with Angela, wanting to make that work, but Angela is completely, do you think Angela's completely done with Bryce? And that
I from watching the show, I don't think so. I think her feelings were really hurt. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like someone who had their feelings really hurt.
yeah.
And they're just like, hey, you got to prove it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's definitely put up a wall since Bryce broke her heart and embarrassed her is the big thing. But I think that she's working through it and trying to be nicer to him, but there's still going to be those moments where she's triggered. Like, see after the accident and seeing him being so excited to see Zach versus me who just pulled him out of a burning car. Little things like that can set you off. So I feel like she's still trying to navigate what friendship looks like between her and Bryce while still having romantic feelings for him, but knowing that that's a risk that she maybe will not want to take again. Yeah.
Okay, and that's fair.
I see people writing that I need to stop apologizing so much, and I totally agree.
Agree.
I took out a lot. Like, it might not seem like it, but I actually took out a lot of sorries.
Okay, we love that.
No, there were more. There were more.
Too much. This is too much apologizing.
Yeah,
this doesn't make sense.
Because honestly, like Bryce is just Bryce. Like, you shouldn't have to apologize for being who you are. But the only apology was maybe the money, and being honest with Angela. I got you, girl.
Okay, I was about to say. I don't think that was the only one.
I did start it off as only. That's my bad. I took us down
Get it
the wrong path.
But it's okay. I think she's starting to forgive him. And I mean, he didn't really leave her much room not to. I mean, with his most recent stunt, I think that she had to kind of lean to one side or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you see someone get into a car accident, you kind of are jolted in one direction or the other. And I think she cares about him too much to be in the other direction. So now she's like trying to be open and soft with him because she knows he really needs a friend.
And he
saved my life.
You literally saved his life. And I just want to call, like, you've played a really serious, this was a very serious storyline, and something that I'm hoping, and I do feel that fans took a lot away from, because it was like, hey, you're not okay, even though you keep telling Angela and everybody you're okay. And was really trying to, let's just be real and put everything to the side for a second. God here for you, human to human. And I think that is something that's so important to tackle, anything regarding mental health and your well-being, and y'all delivered. So I also love to hear that Bryce is now going to be less apologetic.
Yes.
Angela, everyone's moving forward.
Woo! Personal growth.
Look, and Nzinga, going to Angela, people really want to know, is it possible for you to be with Preston?
It's so funny because the fans have been asking for a Preston and Angela hookup since before Preston was on ZATIMA. And it's so funny to me because I don't really know how that happened or what you guys have seen that makes you feel like that would be a good connection. Y'all let me know, because I don't feel like
you two are just so beautiful.
Well,
maybe
thank you. However,
both
I
you
think
and Trinity are you would make a handsome couple. So.
No. But I feel like everyone in our entire cast is just fine. We just fine. So I don't know if that's a reason, and I really would love to know what y'all reason is for putting us together, because I don't feel like it's written that way at all. We kind of just pass like ships in the night. So I'm curious to know what y'all see that I don't.
I think it would bother Bryce more than Sean.
I was just about
to get there. That
I
would be
think Bryce
extremely
would get
messy.
really fired up if that was
Yeah.
the case. Sean, he's kind of like, okay, whatever. I just keep seeing this guy. He also kind of saved my life, Bryce's life. But yeah, I think if I think if he moved in on Angela, I think Bryce would have a serious problem with that.
I think Bryce
It'd make
also
for great ZATIMA episodes.
it
He
would be
bailed you out.
because not only is Preston, taking your bestie, but also taking your woman. Like
Uh, that might be the thing that makes Bryce snap. That might be the last straw.
Yeah.
y'all take the keys. Like we got to put him on high alert because please don't do that. Please don't let Angela do that. So I also need to know, what is a way that y'all really tap into playing your character? People love seeing how you bring them to life on screen, and so they're very interested in knowing any regimens that you maybe have, or like what's the word I'm looking for, but like a consistent routine that you do to tap into your character before you go live for a scene.
Wow. What do you do?
Oh no, I was gonna tell you to take it away. I mean, honestly, I don't know if there's a specific thing I do. I feel like we get a lot of free range to play. So tapping in is more so just about figuring out where you are in the story, what your character's feeling, and really trying to connect that with something in your life so you can tap in that way. It changes from situation to situation, especially because some of my scenes are more lighthearted. Other scenes are more intense, especially this season. Like I was really glad I got to do some more intense scenes and serious emotion. But yeah, I can't say that there's a particular routine that I have. What about you, Remington?
Well, I was gonna say that like this is kind of is this like a serious like actor question, like process question?
Yeah, it was, but like however you want to answer.
Yeah, no,
it.
that's really cool. That's really cool that they would ask that. I always feel like no one's going to be like interested in any of that. It's just about storytelling. But I'd say that like, we memorize our lines, we rehearse a lot. Everyone has their different process for doing that. But I would say that what my acting coach taught me that stuck with me always is your way in. Like what is your way in? Especially if the characters really like you in real life, you don't need to find too much of a way in. But if he or she's different, then I feel like the actor has to find a way in. And so that's kind of like, oh, okay, so I've never had this experience, but this is about shame. So like, where do I like feel shame? And then like, what's my objective to like get out of that shame, to save myself, to save this other person? And then I think when we do the scene, I try to do none of that and just kind of like see what happens. That's what I do.
I like that. It's just authentic, like navigating the scene as you feel it. That's real. That's your process. Okay, question answered.
And Nzinga rehearses with me a lot too, which is really cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great. We have a short window, but we get together and we're consistent, and we all stay like in a compound together. So we're like knocking on each other's door, like, hey, let's run these lines and eat salad, and it's fun. We have fun.
Community. Remington, for Bryce, what is something you would really love to see for your character?
Oh, I was actually really happy with this scene so far. I like that Bryce really dove down, and I loved reading the beginning of this season, especially when it's just, you can tell everything's going wrong for him. The car is crashing. Zach's not forgiving him. Angela seems like she's totally moving on. And so I was just really happy to be like, I just want Bryce to be like the phoenix that rises out of the ashes.
Yes.
It
feels like it's that in the making. It does. When people really hit like a huge low point, there's usually this turnaround, peaks and valleys. So it's like, is a valley on the way for Bryce? Yeah. Let's find out. Danielle is saying, Nzinga, you're so gorgeous. She cannot deal, woman.
Oh, stop it. I miss you, bro.
I miss you too, Danielle.
Look for Nzinga. I really want to know, how did you feel when it came down to that real friend conversation between Angela and Fatima? Oof. Because that had people on the edge of their seat. Like,
that was one of my favorite scenes. I'm so glad you asked that. I love that scene in this season. I love that scene.
Thank you. I think it was a moment that was necessary. I think a lot of times people are like, Angela's just running behind Fatima and she's not worried about her own business and stuff like that. And I feel like Angela is in a place now where She's running from love, yes. Running from the serious moments of a relationship, yes. But it's to avoid the same thing that she's seeing in Fatima's relationship. And it's like, if you're gonna come to me and talk to me about your issues, I'm thinking we're talking and having a conversation, and instead you just want to talk to me about it and you want me to shut up and listen and not say anything and not have an opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go home and let you figure it out if you want to just talk to the wall post, because I'm not just gonna sit here and not say anything. And I do feel like, as a friend, there are moments where that's necessary, but it could have been handled a little bit better. It could have been expressed a little bit better. And Angela's feelings were hurt. Shots were fired, and she doesn't really like when the issue is pointed back at her.
Right.
So she got a little rowdy. She got a little rowdy, but I was glad that they were able to have that conversation. Fatima came over later. She was the bigger person, and she came over and we talked it out. And I still had to throw my little shots in because I felt like I didn't get my shots off the first time, so I had to circle back. But I think I feel like that's a real friend. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all don't. Maybe that's a rough friendship for y'all, but for me, I feel like that's real. That's how people communicate. It goes up and down. It's a love mixed with a little shade, mixed with a little tea, and that's a good old friendship. So I was just glad that we worked through it and got to a point where we could both be honest, but both tell our truths and work through it.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that, in your adulthood, you really have to learn how to navigate, because it's not always going to be easy conversations, but you love the people in your life. It's clear that it's coming from a space like that, even if it's wrong in a moment, like you're able to come back to it and be like, okay, and hear each other and, build from there. So
friends have to hold each other accountable. That's what it's all about. So, I hear y'all. I see y'all in the comments talking about she won wrong though. Okay, everybody relax. Everybody,
they talking about
everybody.
I read someone said that I had like a list of, oh yeah, you won't commit and you won't do this and you're yeah.
First of all,
the
Bryce came for me too.
I think everyone's being too hard on you.
Yeah, I feel like everybody came for Angela's throat this season, and I'm just hoping in 3B y'all can ease up, because she's getting a lot right now, and she's been dealing with a lot. She's been on the floor 3-4 times already this season. Y'all are stressing her out, so let's be nicer to Angela, okay?
Okay, y'all heard that. Be nicer to Angela. She trying just like the rest of us.
Right.
So going into 3B, what is like a little something that you're excited to see happen for your character next season? Obviously, not giving us too much, not a real spoiler, but like a teaser. Spoiler without.
I would just say again, it's like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. You're going to see that happening for Bryce. Also, I think a lot more confusion of why Bryce is doing what he's doing is going to be clarified.
Yeah.
Which always is always great, and so that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And then the season finale of the last 20th episode is really, really great.
Yeah,
really looking forward to that. I think we've all been looking forward to that since we shot it, so I really think the fans are.
Did y'all shoot the end? When people shoot, sometimes they film like the last scene first or something like that. Like, did y'all shoot in an order like that?
I think we shot the last, but we don't shoot in order. But that season we shot the last. That was the last day, right? That was the last couple days, right?
The last day, yeah. But the last scene was actually the car accident scene.
Oh
yeah,
where the pulling Bryce out of the burning car was the martini shot, and it was cold and it was 3 a.m. But it was great. Yeah. But man, that was an intense scene.
Yeah.
That was
So what's something for you, like
mine? What was something?
It can even be one word.
Wait, one word. Wait, answer the question again. I think I'm
So the question was, like, what's something you're excited for your character going into the second half of this
Oh
Either
yes, one. Yeah, no, it's not one word. I've come back to the question now.
okay.
You get to see a little bit more into Angela's love life, and there are some surprises that I think are going to be confusing
Okay.
and and very shocking for the audience for things to be revealed. So I'm excited for you guys to see a little bit more about Angela's secret life.
Ooh, okay. A little bit more Sean, maybe. You know, the people are also enjoying
Maybe,
that.
and maybe even things that Fatima's not aware of.
Oh,
This ain't Texas.
come on, Beyonce. So before we
So,
wrap, I would love